There's times when you pop out and you want to absolutely dominate the room when you walk in. I'm talking straight belt to I have 10 beast mode fragrances that can do just that for you. All you gotta do is lock in. You know I got you. YouTube, what's good? This is Jamal back with another YouTube video today. You watching this, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe on the videos. All right, y'all, so today I got 10 beast mode fragrances for you. And I'm trying to give y'all some different types of beast mode fragrances. You know, I could have just went crazy with the popular ones, but I want to give you some stuff that maybe you ain't thinking about, maybe you never heard about. That's what I'm into. Just trying to switch it up and be a little shifty, all right? Disclaimer before I get into the list. Strong fragrances do not need to be oversprayed, all right? I know that is a popular thing right now, but it's a real goofy thing. We got to stop overspraying fragrances. Strong fragrances, you don't need too many sprays because it's going to do a lot of talking for you, all right? The more you spray, it could be really offensive and just obnoxious. You know, we're not trying to be like that. We like our presence to be felt, but we don't want to turn heads negatively. So with that being said, understand this. None of these fragrances on this list are safe blind buys. You better not go and blind buy these. These are fragrances you need to really sample. With that being said, let's get right into it. First up, from Initio, Side Effect. And here's the top of it. A lot of people in the fragrance space know about Side Effect, but this fragrance went absolutely viral last year. When Duke Dennis went on GQ and said that this is his favorite fragrance, it just blew up. So it was all over TikTok, all over YouTube, everywhere. Shout out to Duke Dennis because he has exquisite taste when it comes down to this fragrance. Some of the notes in Side Effect, you got rum, tobacco, cinnamon, and saffron. Side Effect is such a sexy fragrance. We're talking about a dark, boozy tobacco fragrance. This is so good. I love how this thing smells. I really do. It is very unique. When this dropped, it was like really one of a kind. This is a fragrance that is going to work for you, and I have gotten compliments on it. So much so, I've had people ask me, where can I go to get this fragrance? I want to get this for my husband. This is one of those type of scents. And I personally feel like this is a fragrance that is unisex, but I could see the fellas liking this more. But ladies, you could definitely pull this off, especially if you're a woman that got like a little mysterious edge to you. You know, you like those dark, you like boozy fragrances. This is one that could work. I feel like it's one that definitely a woman could rock. But guys love this. You already know what time it is with this fragrance. Tap in. Side Effect. Next up, from MFK, and it gotta be on this type of list, Baccarat Rouge 540 Extrait. If the Extrait is expensive, you could also opt for the EDP version. I just like the Extrait more because it's a little bit of separation between the EDP and the Extrait. That's just my personal opinion, but I love both of the fragrances. You already know what time it is with this fragrance. This is a fragrance that really don't need no introductions. It's already been introduced. It's already done took over the world. It's already done dominated. It's popular. It's a classic. It's a staple. Don't let nobody sway you when it comes down to this fragrance. This fragrance is still fire. It's probably gonna be fire 20 years later because that's the type of scent that it is. Some of the notes in Baccarat Extrait, you have saffron, ambergris, bitter cashmere, almond. This is a sexy fragrance as well. Now Baccarat Rouge, everybody knows it has like this burnt candy, burnt sugar vibe. The Extrait version has an almond note that is added into it. That's the difference between the EDP and the Extrait. Now with the Extrait version of Baccarat, you're going to get a heavier, richer fragrance with way more depth. Like that almond note really does give this a different layer that the EDP doesn't have. And I like that because this probably is the second most cloned fragrance, duped fragrance, whatever you want to say, right after Creed Aventus. It is just that popular. You will smell this everywhere. And I'm at this point in my life where sometimes I just want to separate myself from the crowd. Let me back this one out. And you know, it's a little costly, so everybody doesn't have this, but this is such a fire scent. I love it. It works. Compliment getter, head turner, big money vibes in this bottle, and it will absolutely spank any room you walk in with this. But this is a beautiful unisex scent. I know Baccarat has a lot of like feminine energy attached to it, but fellas, when I tell you this is beautifully unisex, you can tap in with it. Don't run from it. This is one that somebody will love on you, all right? Just trying to help you out. Tap in. Baccarat Rouge 540 Extrait. Next up, from Mancera, and this one is only right, Red Tobacco. Anybody that's into Mancera knows. I would say this is arguably their strongest fragrance. They got some strong ones, but I would say this one has consistently held the top spot. This fragrance is an absolute powerhouse. When I say powerhouse, this is insanely strong, and it's only gotten stronger over the years. I got a dent in here. You definitely see the dent, but this is a fragrance, you probably gonna have this for the rest of your life if you have this bottle, because you don't need to spray that many sprays of this. I would say 4 max. This is crazy strong. Some of the notes in Red tobacco, you have oud, tobacco, green apple, Madagascar, vanilla, cinnamon. It's a lot of notes in here. Now, it's only right for me to warn you, this fragrance is definitely harsh in the opening. You got to give it about like 20 minutes till it starts to settle down and smoothen out. And that's when you'll pick up on this beautiful cinnamon, oud, tobacco fragrance. Now, you do get some sweet touches in there because you got that Madagascar vanilla, you got the amber in there, some pear in there. So you get some sweetness in there. But this right here is really a man's fragrance. I'm talking about the fellas, I be talking about the tobacco chewing brothers, you know, super hard, mad tough. This is the type of fragrance for those type of guys. I mean, any guy could wear this, but I'm talking about the masculine, hair on their chest, manly men. That type of man would love this type of fragrance. It is insanely strong and it is insanely masculine. This is a good fragrance nonetheless. Ladies, this is not for you. Don't even, you know, just relax, sit back. There's a lot of fragrances for you, but this one just ain't it, all right? Definitely sample before you buy this fragrance. But this is a fragrance you could get for like $75 on discounters, and this is gonna be with you for a lifetime. Red Tobacco, you know I love Mancera, so it's gonna be Mancera forever. Red Tobacco. From Xerjoff, Herba Pura. This is an older model of Herba Pura. Xerjoff has now released bottles without this velvet because a lot of people were complaining, saying that the velvet was peeling off. I don't like that. The velvet is more my vibe. Like, the velvet is just swaggy, you know, it's real player. I like that. Some of y'all was spraying your bottles too messy. Relax on the trigger. You ain't gotta spray this one too much. That's why the velvet was peeling off. You spraying too much. You ain't spraying too much, you ain't gotta worry about that. Some of the notes in Herba Pura, you got Sicilian orange, Sicilian lemon, fruity notes, musk. There's some other notes in here, but what you get out of this fragrance, and this is a strong fragrance, but I wear this all year. It's strong enough to rock in the wintertime. Don't let the fruity notes scare you thinking that this ain't no winter scent. This is strong enough to give you some vibes throughout the wintertime. And you might not want to be smelling ultra winter. You might want to bring some Caribbean vibes in there with you. This fragrance right here is a fruit bowl. I'm talking about every fruit you can imagine, and then some musk in there. Now, mind you, this ain't your regular fruit bowl. You know what I'm saying? This is not the one that you go to Stop and Shop or Safeway. That's not that type of fruit bowl. This is the one when you out on vacation, you know, you at a resort, say you at like Secrets in like Dominican Republic, you at that type of resort, you in there getting every Caribbean fruit, every regular fruit mashed in the bowl, put together and blended perfectly. That's the vibe you're gonna get with this fragrance right here. When I tell you this is beautiful, I love this fragrance. And this is probably in my fiance's top 5 for fragrances. When I tell you she smacks this bottle crazy, this is one of them fragrances, and I love this. Now, this was super hyped on TikTok a couple years ago, and like I always say, they hype things up and then they don't talk about it, but that does not take away from the fact that this is still an absolutely fire fragrance. You will not go wrong with this fragrance. I love this one. Ladies, unisex, a lot of the ladies wear this, but guys, this is one that we need to tap more into, and you can get this from discounters like $150, $160. Come on now, with this type of scent, can't go wrong. Herba Pura. Next up, Outlands. A lot of y'all already know about this fragrance. This is the most gassed, most glazed fragrance on the planet right now. This is a good fragrance. Regardless of the hype, this is still a good fragrance. Don't let nobody fool you. This is a good one. Some of the notes in Outlands, you got frankincense, cardamom, vanilla, oud, saffron. Now, mind you, Amouage fragrances, if you've heard me talk about them before and if you have experience, you know that there's a lot of notes in this fragrance. And one thing I will say about Amouage fragrances, I feel like there's nuances in here that people might not always pick up because everybody knows is different. So you might pick something up later on down the road. When I first got this fragrance, I wasn't picking up any lemon in the opening, but now I pick up lemon. What this smells like in the opening to me is a Christmas scent with some Middle Eastern spice. And now you got some lemon touches throughout. And then once it dries down, you get this beautiful, resinous, rich vanilla amber scent on the dry down. The dry down, it lasts for a long time too. So you get that opening, you transition straight to that dry down. It's beautiful. Oh my goodness, it's beautiful. Don't let nobody fool you. This is a good fragrance. It really is. Amouage don't play. When it comes down to longevity, on top of just their artistry in general, it's the longevity and the sillage on all their fragrances. Those things really do fill up rooms. If you have experience with Amouage, comment below and let me know if I'm speaking facts or not. Because y'all know, if you know, that Amouage, they really bring out the belt with their fragrances. You will spank every other fragrance in the room. If somebody got something on, don't come in there with no, you know, I don't even want to say it. Don't come in there with that Fugazi. Outlands. Next up, from Montal, Crazy in Love. Don't let this pink bottle fool you. This is the pink monster, the pink Power Ranger, because that is how strong this fragrance is. And I was not expecting it to be this strong when I first got it. I was like, this is super strong. And it was one that is not talked about. You don't really see a lot of people talking about it. You got to really be tapped into Montauk. You got to be tapped into fragrances in general to really know about a fragrance like this. Some of the notes in Crazy in Love, you have rose, saffron, brown sugar, vanilla bean, amber. This is a different scent. Now, I'm being honest with you, when you first spray this, it could be a little harsh. Once it just settles down, you got to give it a couple minutes. When it settles down, you're going to get this jammy, rosy, saffron fragrance. Now, mind you, on top of you having a saffron and you have the rose, you got that brown sugar and that vanilla and that amber giving it some sweetness too. This is a sleeper scent. I feel like this fragrance reminds me of Oud Satin Mood, just without the oud. This is what you get. And this is one that is unisex. I know it's pink, and I know ladies that are into Montauk are into this fragrance, but fellas, when I tell you, this is a scent that is for us too. It's very unisex. It leans a little feminine, but you know, we over here comfortable with who we are as men. And the guys that are men, they understand that. You can rock what you want. Don't let nobody sway you. Wear what you want if that's what you want. Crazy in Love. Next up, from Xerjoff, Pico Via Dama. Xerjoff presentation is top tier. I mean, like, they go all out. This fragrance, it came in like a white snake skin. It looked like Orochimaru shed his skin and they just put that on the box. That is how fire the box was looking. You know, I keep all my packaging, I don't play about that. But the presentation with Xerjoff, not all of them. You gotta have the ones that's really like from the top tier collection. You know, the top shelf stuff, not the regular ones. You know, like Herba Pura come in some regular packaging. I'm just trying to put y'all on. So some of the notes in Pico Via Dama, you got aldehydes, iris, musk, a whole bunch of floral notes. This is a different fragrance. This fragrance is not for everybody. I'm being honest with you. You gotta really like powdery, floral, clean fragrances. In a nutshell, this fragrance really is like, just think of like the richest clean laundry you could ever smell. That is what this fragrance smells like. And I tell you, not your normal laundry. I'm talking about your Rockefeller, your Vanderbilt, that type of laundry getting washed. It's just got that old money vibe to it, but it's so rich. It's so lush. This is a fragrance that you really gotta sample. This is not blind buy worthy, and this is expensive. This is gonna run you almost, depending on where you get it from, you might can get it for like $280, but really gonna run you like close to $3 from discounters. But this is a good fragrance, different. I think you need to have a mature nose for something like this. You gotta really like those clean, soapy fragrances, because that's what you're gonna get out of this with some powderiness. But this is a good one. And shout out to Selly, because Selly's the one that really put me on with this fragrance. I didn't hear nothing about this until Selly talked about it. And that brother know how to describe a fragrance to the T. But I love how this smells, and it's an awesome scent. And this is strong. You wouldn't think a fragrance with this scent profile would be this strong, but this is something you could wear all year round. Mind you, the scent profile give me like springtime vibes, but because of the strength of this, the longevity, the performance, this is something you could wear all year round. Don't blind buy this fragrance, all right? Pico Via Dama. Next up, from MFK, Oud Silk Mood. Some of the notes in Oud Silk Mood, you have Bulgarian rose, oud, chamomile. This fragrance really just smells like a rose oud fragrance with some florals. MFK is not gonna use no regular rose. This is like probably like a rose that was grown in heaven, plucked, crushed up, and finessed into the fragrance, because the rose oud fragrances that he makes, I love all of them. They all smell amazing. And this is a fragrance that doesn't get talked about a lot, but mind you, this ain't a fragrance that's for everybody. You gotta really like a real rose, earthly oud style of fragrance, because that's really what this is. But phenomenal scent, longevity on this, and strength on this is insane too. Could have easily put Oud Satin Mood on here, but y'all already know about this. Let's give the little sister some love too. This is definitely a unisex scent. Ladies can wear this, guys can wear this. This is something that everybody can wear, all right? Oud Silk Mood Extrait. Next up, from Mancera, Hindu Kush. If you've been watching my channel for some time and you watch my Mancera videos, you know that this is my favorite Mancera of all time. Something about this fragrance that is so different. When I smelled this was one of my first Manceras. Like, I had got a batch in. I bought like 4 in one go. This was one of them that was in the batches, and I was like, this is different. This is unique. This is what really hooked me onto niche. Once I smelled something like this, I was like, I just can't really wear too many just regular fragrances. I gotta get something like artsy. Whatever the perfumer is cooking up, that is the artistry that they are putting out to the world. And this is an artsy fragrance, very unique, very different. I love this. Some of the notes in Hindu Kush, you got cannabis, incense, patchouli, musk. It's a bunch of different notes in here. I love how this thing smells. I know some of y'all heard cannabis. I'm being honest with you. There ain't no gas in this. I don't pick up any marijuana vibes out of this fragrance. I don't. It is a very green fragrance in essence, but I don't pick up the loud in here. So I'm just letting y'all know, because I know some of y'all might perk up. Oh, we got a little bit of gas in there. Nah. I'm not picking that up. But Hindu Kush is really a green, spicy fragrance. And for some reason, over the years, I've started to notice like I get a little banana vibe out of here. I don't know what it is, like a banana peel vibe on top of those notes. If you've ever smelled Hindu Kush, or if you have Hindu Kush and if you sampled it, let me know if you get that pick up a little like a banana. It's like a banana peel in here, but I absolutely love how this smells. This is my favorite Mancera, and it's so strong. I mean, I've had this for a while. You don't need that many sprays of this fragrance. It's just that strong of a fragrance, you know? And I have over 130 fragrances. Something like this with a dent, saying a lot. This, I feel like is unisex. Regardless, you might think it might lean a little masculine, which, I mean, it does lean a little masculine, but I think that this is something that women could wear. Definitely something you should tap into. Hindu Kush. Last on my list, from Amouage, Royal Tobacco. Royal Tobacco is really one of them ones. You feel me? This is one where you put this on, this gonna do some work for you. Oh my goodness. Some of the notes in Royal Tobacco, you have olibanum, licorice, oud, elemi resins. There's so many notes in here. This fragrance definitely inspired Oud Zaharian from Creed. And I think the same perfumer that made Royal Tobacco made Oud Zaharian. So you can definitely see the inspiration that this fragrance gave that fragrance. Both obviously phenomenal scents, all right? But Royal Tobacco is definitely one of the best tobacco fragrances, true tobacco fragrances that I've ever smelled. Like, this fragrance is perfectly executed. I love how it smells. And you know what? Some people really don't like this fragrance, and I find this easy to wear. I don't think this is a hard fragrance at all. Personally, I think Oud Zaharian is harder to wear than this. Royal Tobacco has a lot of layers to it, a lot of complexity. Essentially, to me, when I get out of this fragrance, even though there's a lot going on, I'm still developing and learning the fragrance, but I get this licorice, oud, tobacco vibe throughout the whole fragrance, and it smells absolutely lovely. But this is a fragrance that is not for the younger man. Like, you gotta be a little more grown to rock this. Now, I'm 33. I feel like you gotta be like in your late 20s to rock this. Like, I mean, if you one of those young bulls that really just, you know, you go ahead and rock this if you want. But I feel like for an older guy, this is definitely something for us. It really is. And I'm just being honest, because I know I got a lot of different age groups that watch my channel, and I don't want to have y'all to go out and just be like thinking that you gonna rock this and you might not like it. The younger brothers like the freshies. Y'all really do. Y'all like the citrus fragrances, the bergamot, the lemon. That's y'all, the imagination boys. You know, that's the fragrances y'all be into. But for the older gentlemen, this is definitely something for us. You know, for the big homies and the unks and the OGs, that's this type of scent. Royal Tobacco. All right, family, that's all I got for you today. Those were 10 beast mode fragrances, you know, that I know are gonna dominate any room that anybody's in. Definitely make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on TikTok, follow me on Instagram. Y'all holding out. Y'all need to tap in with the TikTok. Y'all really do. TikTok be having different stuff on there. I don't put the stuff that I put on here on my TikTok all the time. Tap in with that. And let me know in the comments below some beast mode fragrances that you throw on when you really wanna dominate any room, any space that you're in. Because I love getting recommendations. I love learning. Teach me as I teach you. Appreciate y'all. God bless. Stay safe.